So the problem is that too many businesses, they're still running transactionally, and that does concern me. And you know what, ultimately what it is comes down to is, and that's fine if you understand what a transactional business is and you accept it, but if you don't and you keep wondering why things aren't improving, then it's time for a shift.
If we're not growing, you're not growing. This week, I'm recording my podcast from Bali, and I'm here with my wife, not here right now, but we're on a romantic getaway for our 10-year anniversary, and I wanted to surprise her somewhere different that we hadn't been to, and Bali was one of those places I've never really wanted to get to, and it was just, I changed my mind about a lot of it simply because a lot of my preconceived conceptions, I think, were other people's thoughts and what have you, and a lot has changed in over 20 years. I guess for me, I didn't want to come to Bali because of the Bali bombings all those years ago, and Chappelle Corby when she went to jail, and just all this corruption, but changed a lot of my thinking about that, and so here I am, and just trying something new, and wanted to go somewhere nice. So anyway, guys, if you don't know me, I'm Nathan Rigney, I'm the Profit Generator, and I'm a Profit First Professional, and I was also the Profit First Professional of 2024. So I'm also the business owner of NGR Accounting, and yeah, so it's today's podcast from Bali. So far, I guess for today's podcast, what I want to talk about was 2025 and what we've achieved and what we've done. And it's really important about that because I think you guys are part of this journey as well by listening to me and seeing what we're doing. I also want to share what I've learned. So as I said, I'm actually sitting down here at one of the pools. I just wanted to find a spot that sort of encapsulated some of the place I'm staying at. A little bit of the pool, it's a little bit overcast unfortunately, so it's a little bit dark and glary. But I have been enjoying over the last few days some quiet mornings and quiet afternoons, and it's not overly crowded here, but it's, as you can see, it's an absolute $1 million view here. And as I'll take it in, I can say confidently that this is what financial clarity and discipline and the right business model can create. Getting here and sitting here and enjoying something like this, a holiday like this. And it's moments like this, it's just not about the luxury, it's also about having you guys and even just myself going through the same experience, building a business that gives you more than just a wage. It gives you the life. Like I was literally talking yesterday to one of my longest term clients, and she's a very involved employee in a business that she's worked at for a very long time. She gets paid very well, but she said, you know what, Nate, she always calls me Nate. She goes, I'm sick and tired of going away on a holiday and I have to take my laptop and I have to work first thing in the morning and I got to work later on in the evening, and it's just work and it's not right. And I was like, yeah, it's not right. And I said to us, you're an employee, you're not even the owner of the business, and it's not right. You know, you should be able to switch off and have those moments. It's really important to go, I want the lifestyle, and you can have that. But there's some things, and it's exactly what I said to my clients, some things you got to look at that you probably don't want to look at and address and deal with because it's easier not to. But I guess what I have learned in all the years, it's the lessons that I've learned that have led me to a position where I have got here. And so today I want to share deeply how important it is with you, this journey I've been on. So what I would be asking you guys, if you are in business and you don't have this, why don't you? And even going back to the conversation I had with my client yesterday, what's stopping you from building, and maybe she's not in business, even if you are in business or you're an employee, whatever it might be, what's stopping you from building something that initially, and especially if you're in business, pays you first, provides you financial security, and gives you the freedom to live life on your terms? And that, more importantly, I would then say, if you do want that, what do you need to change? And for me, I'm just sick of seeing people that come across me in my day-to-day life that just don't have that. And I guess the next thing is, particularly with business owners, where they want it, they keep lying to themselves or convincing themselves that it's their business struggles, they're all external and they can't control them, but in reality, it's their own failure and it's their own doing in not having a look at what's going on internally in their business, in their own lives. And to me, it's almost they've got their foot firmly planted on the accelerator pedal of a car. If their business is pushing harder and harder on the accelerator,
and they're wondering why they're not moving, and the reality is they got their foot on the brake pedal. For the longest time, even for me, before I really got into profit first, I was running my business in a transactional way. And what I mean by transactional is that work came in, bills were paid, and whatever was left over was mine. There was never a real understanding of what a business was versus what a job is. And anyone who's transactionally running a business, essentially you got an ABN, and it's just all about getting the work. If you move away from doing the work, you stop getting paid. For me, I was running my business transactionally, and I was in a cycle of financial survival, because if I don't work, I don't get paid. What I did discover and what I wasn't doing, and this is so familiar with so many business owners, is that I wasn't stepping back and looking at the business from a helicopter view. It's almost like looking at your business the way a shareholder. A shareholder doesn't get caught up in the day-to-day operation or the transactions of the business. They aren't making emotional decisions about whether they deserve to buy something for the business or not. They care about one thing: the return on the investment. And imagine for a second that if you don't control the money in your business, but you've invested heavily in it, would you be happy with the financial decisions that were being made? And would you look at the financials and feel confident that your investment was protected and growing? And if you then took that helicopter view and looked at it like a shareholder at your own business, would you be happy with the way the business is running? And if you're not, possibly what's happening is you're running your business from the inside instead of directing it from above. And for me, it wasn't until I truly understood this concept that I got into transforming my business into something that runs like a fine Swiss watch, like a Rolex watch, right? And for me now, it's to the point where every moment, and what we should be striving for, is to be more precise, intentional, and built for long-term success. So the problem is that too many businesses, they're still running transactional, and that does concern me. And you know what, ultimately what it is comes down to, and that's fine if you understand what a transactional business is and you accept it, but if you don't and you keep wondering why things aren't improving, then it's time for a shift. I did say in this podcast that I want to talk about 2025, and I've gone on to really more about a transactional business versus a business holder, and I think that was just really important to share, because that's part of my journey and where I really feel as though it's something that we've got to understand. But in 2025, we're aiming to take that information and we want to start helping business owners see this, then also give them a framework, and then help them with their mindset to work towards a position where they can have a business that serves them. So in 2025 so far, we are at the start of March, we've launched 2 amazing programs. One for business owners, and the second program for business owners who care about their employees' financial position. And so last month in February, we introduced the Profit Generator program for business owners. And this is a structured implementation system designed to take businesses from survival mode to sustainable profitability. It's a step-by-step financial transformation that ensures business owners to finally get control over their cash flow, stop living from paycheck to paycheck, and build a system where profit is guaranteed and not an accident. Alongside that, we also introduced the Smart Money Makeover. And with that, it's a profit-first inspired program for employees and individuals, not just business owners, because financial struggles don't just stop at business finances. Struggles are beyond just ordinary people too. They have many struggles when it comes to money. And too many people also live from paycheck to paycheck. I get paid on Friday and by Monday I'm broke. And that's not a great way to live. Really, for me, I wanted to work out, I'm helping business owners, but I also want to help the everyday person that's an employee or whatever they look like. Could be someone who's just going into the workforce, but someone in their 20s who's an apprentice. But really just to help them get a grip on how to manage their money effectively, but also look at all the principles we teach to business owners. So this program is about giving, once again, a framework for personal finance success. I'm happy to share that the Profit Generator School, it's thriving, and we've got business owners who are currently doing our program. We've got employees doing the second program, the Money Mindset program. We're in the first stages of finally getting control, helping people get control over their finances. So our Smart Money Makeover that's our individual program for employees or just normal individuals day to day with their personal finances. And like I said, it's the same financial transformation we're teaching in that program. say. So we're in the early days of these programs, and so far we've got a few people that have come along for the ride, and we're doing a massive shift in those individuals who are in the programs and the way they think. So ultimately, guys, in the end, this is just the beginning. This is just where we're starting. And for me, what I want to teach is that profit first isn't just a cash flow system. It's a mindset shift, and it's these changes that are helping businesses and individuals change their lives and embrace so much more. And now it's starting to rain and I'm getting a little bit wet, but it's cooling me down. If you've had a breakthrough in your business or your own personal finances, I'd love to hear about it. What's been your biggest realization about running a business, and just having a business that's more running like a Rolex watch, fine precision? And ultimately what you could ask yourself is, what do you need to do? What do you need to change? What's your driver? What's getting you inspired? What's a goal you can work towards to help you start having the financial life you deserve and want? I'm getting wet, I'm gonna go now. Let's keep growing profitably, and look, have a good one. I'm gonna go continue enjoying Bali. Thanks, guys.